What's up everybody, Daster D here, and I'm coming back at you with another video. Now in this video, I'm going to be tier listing every drug imaginable. As you can see, we have a fine list of drugs that were on this list. I found this list online and I am too lazy to make my own tier list, so we're just going to go with this one. So without further ado, make sure you like and subscribe before we get into the video, obviously, and let's get into it. So first up on the list, we have shrooms. Shrooms, I would say, it's a pretty solid drug. It's good for a few times. It's definitely an amazing experience to have if you have a good trip, and a terrible experience to have if you have a bad one. Now, I have years of experience with shrooms. I have taken them most likely over 100 times, pretty close to 100 times, I would say. I am very experienced in this, and I gotta say it's pretty good when you have a good time. It's pretty bad when you have a bad time, but most likely you'll come out of it not a better person, but a more realized person, I guess you could call it. But I think it's a waste of 6 hours, and you can do better with your time than just tripping balls. So I gotta say it's at the good tier. Next up, we got cigarettes. Everybody hates cigarettes. Fuck nicotine, and it is in the don't wanna try section. We don't even gotta talk about the shit. Everybody hates it. Next one, we got PCP. PCP is pretty interesting. There's not much talk about this drug anywhere, because most of the time when people take it, they eat people's faces off. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be in the I'm gonna say it's in the bad tier. Or no, I gotta say it's in the horrible tier, because no, I'm gonna put it in the bad tier, because it seems like people are having the time of their life when they're on this drug, even when they're eating people's faces off. So there's gotta be something good about it, I hope. If not, that's too bad. Next up, we got meth. Meth, this is going to be very controversial, but I'm going to be putting that at mid tier. Because sure, you get the people who tweak out and stuff, but then you get the guys at work who work 47 hours a week, or not 47 hours, they work like 70 hours a week, and they're on this shit, and all they do is fucking work. Like, I've never seen a harder worker than somebody on meth. However, once you get to that addiction point, it definitely goes down to the horrible tier, because then you all you do is meth. However, it would be a good working drug for people with like ADHD. I guess that's more of an Adderall type of thing, but I'm putting it at mid. Hate me if you will, but meth is a mid tier. Next up, we got 2CB. 2CB is kind of like it's like, from what I hear, I've never taken it before. It's a mix between Molly and mushrooms, sort of. It's a synthetic chemical, kind of similar to Molly, I guess. I've never tried it. I heard the people who have tried it around me say it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it on the good tier alongside the mushrooms. I've never tried it before, but from what I hear, it's pretty good. I don't know what that is down there, so I'm just going to skip it because I can't read it. Now, we got 3-MMC. Now, this is a designer drug. I think it's similar to like diphenhydramine or something like that. I haven't heard like anything about this drug, but a lot of it's very expensive, and a lot of top tier celebrities do it. So I'm going to assume it's pretty good. I'm going to assume it's pretty addictive if all the celebrities are doing it. So I'm going to put it in the good tier. All right, next up, we got liquor. Now, say what you want about this. I say it's in the bad tier. Now, you're going to hate me for putting it over meth, but yeah, no, I'm going to put it in the mid tier, because it ruins your liver. You feel good when you're on it, but then you get a terrible hangover afterwards. It's the same thing with meth. Now not nearly on as bad of a scale as meth, but I think alcohol's overrated just because it's legal. everybody can get the drink, and that's why everybody likes it so much. I feel like if shrooms were legal, there would be more people doing shrooms than there would be alcohol. But regardless, it's easily accessible. I'm putting it on the mid tier. All right. Next one we got. The fuck? I don't even know what that is. I'm skipping it. All right, we got the Perk 30s, otherwise known as opiates, probably opiates in general. Percocet is, yeah, no, it's straight ass. I'm putting it in the shit tier too. Literally all it does is make you sleepy and make you want more Percocet. It's shit. It's garbage. I'm never trying it again. I tried it a couple times. It's horrible. It sucks. Never try opiates, kids. It's terrible. All right, next up we got Salvia. Salvia, I smoked it one time and I thought I was a PS3. Now this wasn't a fun PS3 time. I thought I was going to be a PS3 forever, and it was it felt like for months I was a PS3. So, let's just say, yeah, no, it's also in the don't want to try section. You don't want to try Salvia. It's a lot funner to watch people on Salvia because they tweak out for 7 minutes. So if you're going to try Salvia, give it to your buddy instead of yourself. All right. I can't read that, so let's skip that one. Let's also skip. Oh wait, I think this says GHB. I'm just skipping it because I can't read it. Steroids. I don't think it's that bad. All the studies that I see on steroids are, like your balls will shrink, but you will get big muscles, but you got to keep doing those steroids to keep the big muscles. So it's not a good, it's not a good thing to do, and you will get addicted to steroids. For some reason, big muscly men who like the steroids cannot get off the steroids. They just got to keep doing it because their body dysmorphia or something prevents them from getting off of it because they'll lose all their muscles. So I'm going to be putting that, it's got to be on the mid tier alongside meth. Next up we have bath salts. Now, bath salts, I have not tried either, and they're terrible, and they make people's faces get eaten off. And they're genuinely, like the new tier version of this is Spice. If you haven't heard of Spice, Spice is also terrible. It's just gas station drugs that people don't know what the fuck they put in them. It's whatever it's whatever Jimmy the crackhead outside 7-Eleven does every night. It's not a good drug to do. It's just an easily accessible one. Nobody does bath salts anymore because they got banned. So now it's on to the new shitty drug that you buy at a gas station, which is Spice. Spice is also shit. Yeah, just don't try it. Next one is crack. Crack is it's pretty it's shit. It's a 5-minute high. You get bumpy and jittery for about 5 minutes. It sucks, and like cocaine is the better version of crack. The only reason people smoke crack is they're too broke to buy cocaine, and why would you smoke crack? Like everybody knows. Why the fuck would you smoke crack? This is in the don't want to try, but I'm gonna put in horrible just because it is horrible. It's just shit. I mean, sure, you'll get something out of it, unlike these ones down here, but it's still shit. You're just gonna want more crack. I think this is 2F. Yeah, this is, I think, the chemical makeup for ketamine. If it's not, I might be wrong, but I'm going to count this as ketamine. Now, ketamine is all right. Ketamine is a horse tranquilizer, and it is very, very popular around college campuses now. It's kind of a replacement for cocaine because it's slightly cheaper than cocaine. Or, well, it's not slightly cheaper. It's about the same price as cocaine on the street, but it is slightly you have to take less of it, unlike the cocaine. You take, a bump of ketamine versus a line of cocaine. And when you do cocaine, you just want to keep doing more cocaine. With ketamine, you take it to a certain extent, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 bumps, depending on your tolerance and stuff like that. And then you have to, you can't do any more or else you'll go into a K-hole. And a K-hole, from what I hear, I've done it a couple times. I've K-holed myself like 2 times. It's not fun. You just kind of lay there and you don't know how to function correctly because your brain is just shut down, but you can't sleep because you're on the ketamine. So you're just kind of like, you're kind of just doing the fent fold in front of everybody while you can't move your body. It's all right if you take low doses, and I guess I could put it at mid tier. It's not as good as it's not as good as 2CB or mushrooms, but it's not worse than meth or alcohol. Obviously, there's, withdrawals and stuff like that, but it's still pretty fun to do. Next up, we have pink cocaine. Now, pink cocaine is the stuff that they used at Diddy parties to like drug the girls and touch them. Now I do not like pink cocaine because I've never tried the pink cocaine before. I tried normal cocaine. Pink cocaine I am never going to try because literally we do not know what is in pink cocaine. There's a different mixture every time you make it. There could be meth, there could be Molly, there could be heroin, there could be literally anything you could think of. So I'm going to put this in the don't want to try tier. Next up we have, is that methadone? I think this is methadone. If it's methadone, it's also don't want to try. That's like recovery drugs. I don't know why that's even on this test. Next up, we got Molly. Molly is pretty good. You get fucked up afterwards though. Like, people have alcohol withdrawals. They have like, hangovers and stuff like that. Molly withdrawal is legitimately the worst withdrawals I ever had in my life. You do Molly for one night, you have a great night. You wake up the next day and you want to kill yourself. It is legitimately the worst drug after effects you could ever have, next to meth. But however, saying that, it is much better, a much better high than meth. So I gotta say, it's in the good tier, but it's a low good tier. Looking at this tier list, I'm gonna hop up shrooms to awesome because these ones I don't know much about, and Molly is not on the same tier as mushrooms, not even close, really. Going on to the next one, that looks like, oh, that's also ketamine. Let's skip that. And we also have amphetamines. I guess meth is the same thing. Skipping on, we got heroin. Heroin, no. Everybody knows heroin. It's shit. Don't do it. It's garbage. Don't try it. All right. Next up, I have a lot of experience with this drug, LSD. I've done LSD probably alongside shrooms many times. I tripped with them both. I did wizard flips. I did candy flips. It's a pretty decent drug. I do like it. However, the time that it takes, to do it, you have to have a full day to do this, and you're not going to be doing anything that day because you're on acid. Drops it down a tier from mushrooms. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as mushrooms most of the time. You're not going to have an ethereal, amazing experience on acid. It's more like you're getting crazy visuals and you get a trip, you get a break from reality for a couple of hours. Now with shrooms, you can have those crazy experiences unlike acid. Acid's more of a 12-hour, chill session where you just kind of go around and do whatever the fuck you want. It's not without consequence, obviously, but it's, it kind of takes away your inhibitions to anxiety and shit like that. Now, if you have an anxiety attack on acid, that's not very good, and you will not have a fun trip. Bad trips on acid are much worse than shrooms, in my opinion, but I've heard stories of worse trips on shrooms. So it's almost to the awesome tier. It's on the good tier, but I can't put it on tier with shrooms. Shrooms are just shrooms. They're pretty good. Now, we got the mother of all drugs. We got cocaine. Cocaine is good, and it's also shit at the same time. Now, I personally do not like cocaine. I don't like cocaine at all. Everybody who does cocaine around me and that I know can't stop doing cocaine. It's not as bad as crack, because crack, you go back every 5 minutes to get a new crack rock. Cocaine, it's on the bad tier, but it's not on the crack tier. That's all I gotta say about it. It's fun, but it's so addictive to the point of you just can't stop doing it. So don't try cocaine ever. It's okay. It's not. It's fun. It's not as good as any of these top tier drugs. I'm saying that right now. Acid, shrooms. If you have a good trip, it's way better than cocaine. Don't try it. All you will do is get addicted. It sucks ass. All right. Next up, we have. We already did Molly, but I guess we'll do Molly pills. These kind of came into the market around like 2007, 2008, I would say, when the Molly trade was going down. Some big trafficker got arrested or something like that in 2008, and they started pressing Molly into pills, and really, you didn't know what the fuck they put in this. They could be putting Molly, they could be putting meth, they could be putting whatever the fuck. It's another thing that's on tier with pink cocaine. You don't know what's in pills, so don't fucking take them. That's all you know. If you're gonna get a pill, you're gonna have to get it from a script bottle, a sealed script bottle. You can't fucking buy pills off the street anymore. They have fentanyl. Don't take fentanyl, kids. Fentanyl is bad for you. Also, rereading this now, I think this is benzodiazepine, so we're going to talk about Xanax real quick. Xanax and Ativan or Klonopin, I'm just going to loop them all together, not barbiturates. Benzodiazepines, they are good for a break. They are terrible for everything else. The withdrawals off of benzodiazepines are worse than heroin because with heroin, most people don't usually get visual hallucinations coming off of them. Benzodiazepines, you will feel the withdrawals of heroin while also tweaking balls because you'll be seeing hallucinations everywhere. I've met people who've done Xanax quite a bit and got off of doing the Xanax, and they are fucking tweakers now. It is crazy how bad it is for you. So don't try it. It's an okay drug. I'm putting it at the bad tier, right alongside cocaine. Now, marijuana. Marijuana is an okay drug. Everybody hypes it up because it's just a plant. It's just the best thing ever. It's okay. It's not as good as shrooms, and it's better than LSD. You know, you can get high. You can still function most of the time, depending on the person you are and stuff like that. You can get it in so many different types of, you can get dabs, you can get edibles. There's so many different types of ways of doing it and eating it, and it's highly accessible now, so it's a pretty good drug. But I can't put it at the awesome tier with shrooms because people who smoke pot all day, every day, are going to end up lazy. And that's not saying, oh, all pot smokers are lazy or anything like that. I've seen it. I've done it myself. You smoke so much pot to the point where you can't function, and then you keep doing that every day over and over and over again, and you get stuck in the same cycle and loop. Now, daily use, I think it's bad. Maybe if you do it once a week, maybe 3 times a week even. If you're smoking every day, quit smoking every day, because unless it's being used as a treatment for your anxiety or something like that, which weed does give you anxiety. A lot of people, for some reason, don't know that. Weed gives you a ton of anxiety, depending on the person you are. Again, this is all, differential to every person, but weed it's all right. You can smoke it, you can have your fun, but don't let it consume your life like other drugs. Like this, every drug you can get addicted to. Weed is non-physically addictive, but it's so mentally addictive because it gets you into the mind state of a pot smoker. If you're going to smoke weed, don't do it every day. So I'm going to put that in the good tier. We got crack cocaine. We kind of already covered that with this one. And I guess that's the whole tier list because I'm skipping all these because I can't even read them or know what they do. So that's my tier list. If you guys want to like and subscribe because this is a pretty cool tier list, I guess you can. If not, don't. That's about it. See you later.